Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my favorite products of 2011 and I have a ton, so let's just get started. This is going to be a little bit more partial to the end of the year than the beginning because I can't really remember exactly what products it was that I was loving in January, but I tried to space it out evenly with the different seasons which products I liked the most. So I guess we'll just start with body products. I have two lotions. The first is my Victoria's Secret Wish Pink body lotion, and it just smells so good. This is, I think, my third tube of it, and I have just loved this body lotion all year. I love scented things, and I loved scented body things, so I love this. It just smells really sweet, and it is supposed to be a romantic blend of peony and vanilla. But this is really nice. I also have the perfume, but I really love the lotion, especially. So this is my favorite lotion. But I also have a self-tanner, and this is the Jergens Natural Glow. I have the revitalizing one because I didn't really want to get the firming one because I don't really need any firming. And I have the fair to medium skin tones. And yeah, I play sports outdoors, so I tend to get a lot of really awkward tan lines, so I really like this to help even everything out, and when it's winter time and it's cold, I can kind of give my body a nice glow. So a lot of the times I'll just alternate between these two or like another scented lotion and this to keep the glow but also to have some really nice scents. So those two, and then I have two perfumes. Every year I tend to get I ask for a couple perfumes for Christmas and then I just use those all throughout the year. Then I get new perfumes for Christmas again and I use those. So these are the two that I used this year that I absolutely loved. The first is Vera Wing Princess. It smells so good and I get tons of compliments on it when I wear it. I don't know, like people tend to like this one, but I also love Pink Sugar. This one is pretty much done. I'm gonna get another one though. And my best friend actually wears this one now all the time, so I can always smell it on her, and I love the way this one smells too. It's a really sweet scent though, so if you don't like sweet scents, I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, and then for face products, the first one is my Skin 79 BB cream. This is a hot pink one. It comes in one shade, and it looks a little bit dark, but once you blend it in, it's a pretty light color. I don't know if you can see that. But I really like this on days when I don't really want to have a ton of makeup on my face. It gives a decent amount of coverage without having any of that foundation-y look. So I really like this for summer. And then my favorite foundation of the year is the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua. I finally picked this up a couple of weeks ago after, contemplating it for a really long time because it's very expensive. But this is what it looks like. I'm in the shade B10, which is Beige Pastel. I don't know if you can see that. I like this a lot, and it's my favorite foundation for those good skin days when I'm not having a lot of breakouts. But the problem lies in when I'm having bad skin days, it doesn't really help too much with coverage. So I'm still searching for that bad skin day perfect foundation but when I'm having a really good skin day, this looks flawless. So I love this. And then in terms of powders, my favorite powder of the year, I used this pretty much the whole year, and it is the e.l.f. SPF 45 sunscreen powder, and it's $6 at icelipsface.com, and I've had one all year, so you're really not going to need a ton. And it just works really well to set your makeup, to give you your sun protection, and it's got pretty sheer coverage, so you don't have to worry about it being like the wrong shade or anything, but I absolutely loved this. And then for concealers, I have two. So my favorite summer concealer was the Sonia Kashuk concealer palette in Hidden Agenda, and I use this shade, as you can tell. And it also comes with a nice setting powder, which is a really nice, like, smooth setting powder. I don't really use it that often, but it's pretty nice. So I loved this, but I find that it's a little bit drying in the winter months, and when you have dry patches of skin like I tend to get during winter, this doesn't really work. So what I liked for the winter was the Maybelline Mineral Power Concealer. I just mixed this with a dab of moisturizer, and I'm good to go. So I liked this one a lot too. And then let's do lips. So first I have this Kokeshi Plum Blossom Lip Balm, and I got this for Christmas last year and I used it for about 6 months. I used pretty much all of it. I just carried it in my school bag, so I use this all the time. And you can get this at World Market. It's got a pretty nice like light fruity scent to it and a little bit of a tint. Nothing major, but it's a little like purpley tint. So it's just a really nice moisturizing lip balm, and I really like this. So I loved that this year. And then I have actually a lot of lip products. So the next thing is my Kors Keats Lip Butter. I cracked the case, which was a little depressing, but so that's what it looks like. It's really, really nice and rich and pigmented, and it just looks really nice, and it's really easy lip product to go to, especially when your lips are chapped. I find that my lips are chapped a lot, and so that's why I kind of stray away from lipstick a lot of the time, because it like clumps on your dry lips and looks terrible. But this one you can kind of kill two birds with one stone, so I really love this. Then I have two lip glosses. The first are the Beauty Rush lip glosses from Victoria's Secret, and this one is in Fine Apple. But I also love the sheer ones because those go on really nice and smooth and are just like nice and glossy and give a little bit of a glow to your lips. So I love these. And then the Revlon Super Lustrous lip glosses. This one was my favorite, and this is in Pink Afterglow. It's just a really pretty pink with some sparkles in it. I don't typically go for sparkly lip glosses, but I really like this one, especially in the summertime. So that's what that looks like. You can see that. And then the Revlon lip butters. I really like these because my lips tend to be very chapped, and these can go on pretty smooth without kind of focusing on those dry parts of it. So I really like this. This one is probably my favorite one, but I do love a lot of them. But if I had to pick one, I think it would be this one, and this is Lollipop. It's just the prettiest like fuchsia color, and it is so pretty. But these came out towards the end of the year, so I don't know if I could really say that they're my favorites from the year, because who knows. Okay, for cheeks, I just have two products. So the first is my MAC blush in Dame. This is the first year that I ever bought anything from MAC. This is the first MAC product that I bought, and I really, really like it. It's just a cool toned pink, and it just kind of goes with everything. That's what it looks like. And yeah, so you never really have to think about when you're going to wear this, if it's going to clash or anything. It just kind of always goes with it. So I love that. And then my favorite, kind of more on the nude, just a little bit more subtle, is this cream colored convertible color from Stila, and this is in the shade Peony. You can see that. I just have the little mini size. I got it in like a kit, and it's just kind of a nude rose color, so you can see that. And I just love wearing this when I'm wearing kind of a brighter eye or a brighter lip, and I still need a little bit of color in my face, but I don't want a ton of, you know, a bright pink or anything like that. So I really liked this year. And then for eyes, my favorite eyeshadow of 2011 was the Stila Kitten eyeshadow. It's just a really rich, shimmery, perfect color that can go all over the lid, and I don't know, I love it. Mine was really, really like soft, and it actually like fell apart, and now it's kind of just basically a pigment. You can see that. So I have it in this cap as well, but it's just the prettiest champagne color. I would recommend this to anyone who loves wearing makeup. And I didn't get the Urban Decay Naked Palette actually until Christmas this year. I got that as one of my Christmas presents, so I can't really say that's one of my favorites, but I actually wore the Urban Decay Ammo palette almost every day, so you can pretty much see which colors it is that I loved in this palette. Sin was my favorite lid color, and then Smog was my favorite like crease color, and then I would take Chopper and just warm everything up, and it was just the perfect little eye kit that I had here, and I just loved this for 2011, and now that I have the Naked palette, I definitely go to that, but you know, you work with what you have, and this is definitely my favorite from 2011. And then for mascaras, I have So first is the Majolica Majorca Lash Expander Frame Plus. I really like this one in particular because it's super, super waterproof, and mascaras really don't stay well on my eyelashes. I have pretty nice eyelashes, and so I don't know why. I don't have a big problem with like finding a formula that I like. I have a problem finding formulas that stay on my lashes because pretty much by the end of the day I will have like that raccoon eye look, and I don't really wear a liner that much or anything like that, but I don't know what it is, but they just don't stay on my lashes. But this one stays super well. I remember in September I went to a music festival and it rained, and I was outside for 12 hours straight, and this did not budge at all. So I love this. And then recently I've been loving this combination, and it is the Clinique High Impact Mascara and then Stila Glamorize Mascara on top of that. And these two together create the perfect lash look, like full and volumized and lengthened and darker. It's just super, super pretty. So these two together work really, really well. And then for my brows, I kind of alternated between filling them in, just kind of grooming them, using a pencil, using powder, but the one product that I ended up just coming back to over and over again was my Great Lash Clear Mascara, and this is just a clear mascara that I use as a brow gel. So I do like filling in my brows. My favorite, it's a tie between the Anastasia Brow Powder and then the Milani Brow Fix Pencil because both of those worked really well. But I always come back to this just because I can just groom my eyebrows really nicely, and then it's just really natural looking. So this is just a great deal. It's like $3 at the drugstore, so I love this. And then I actually have two brushes that I loved this year. So the first is this Real Techniques by Samantha Chapman stippling brush. And this is one of my favorite brushes to apply cream blush or foundation, highlighter, you name it. I could probably apply it with this. And I just love this brush for the price, especially. I think it's $10, but it's so worth it because you can do so much with it. But my all-time favorite brush of 2011 was the e.l.f. powder brush, and it's got a flat top, so I've applied foundation with this. I like contouring with it. With bronzer, I like applying blush with it. It just works well for every use that I have. So I actually, yeah, for $3 I have two of these because I thought why not just get two because they're perfect. And I love this brush. So if you can get your hands on this brush, I highly, highly recommend it. So those are my favorite products of 2011, and I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, so thanks for watching. Bye.